Speaking personally, I love all animals and they seem to like me, even the wild ones. But there's just something about cats that gets me right deep in my psyche. I have 3 cats. There's always a cat near me at home. This dream is all about cats. I probably even had a cat sitting on me while I was sleeping and dreaming this. In the very early days, 2 of Hiya's closest friends, Ven and Bess, decided to build a retreat for viewing animals, and their preferred animals, well, cats. Note, Ven and Bess were part of the group that eventually formed the University for Primitive Studies and for Animal Studies. Anyway, they chose a location where they knew that wild cats lived. A hill was selected and a building cut out of the hill. It was an interesting design of multi-tiers. Each level had a large area that was planted with trees and other interesting plants for climbing, for the cats of course. There was accommodation, living quarters were included. There were 7 as part of the design, 4 rooms at the level nearest to the ground, 2 in the middle and 1 at the top. And there was a platform on the roof at the top level which was provided to allow the transportational devices access. The keeper of the cat gardens lived on the top level. This meant that at any one time, 6 people or 6 couples could visit the facility. The cats in the area visited because it was safe, there was plenty of places to climb, and food was provided. The food was not meat as such, but it was a tasty and nutritious formulation that the cats loved. People could go and spend time simply enjoying being around cats. So initially, the place was just for going and enjoying the presence of cats. Once Oran had eased up on his restrictions, then people could have animal companions, not pets as such, because the animal had to choose the human, not the other way around. So by spending time at the cat gardens, a person had the opportunity to be selected by a cat. My time there in my dreams was the most wonderful, peaceful, fun time imaginable. Once you were picked by a cat, though, you could not return there. It would have been like being unfaithful to your companion. If a person died, which did happen, it was not common, but it did happen, their companion cat would be returned to the cat gardens to live with the keeper of the gardens, or to eventually choose another person if they wished. The keeper was allowed no limit of cats. Most cats adjusted well to returning, but often it was quite clear that they felt sadness. As for the keeper, they were constantly surrounded by cats who followed them around. If they sat down or lay down, they would quickly be covered in beautiful purring creatures. A paradise for a cat lover. By the way, companions, whether they're cats, dogs, birds, whatever, were not permitted to reproduce and were given the equivalent of the longevity/birth control drug. The drug was administered through a collar or a leg band. One dream starts with me laying on a daybed under a large tree. Cats are everywhere on the tree. I lay still, and one by one they come down from the tree. They sniff me and walk all over me. So they were suspicious but interested. Some even stopped off to sit near me. Beautiful, sleek creatures. I reached out to touch one. It immediately left. Cats, the way they look at you, it's as if they know all your secrets and could use them against you at any moment. I loved the dreams about getting chosen by a cat as a companion. There were a few dreams just like this. Another dream began with me walking down a beautiful path surrounded with vibrant coloured flowers and plants. I'm approaching the same building, but this time I'm approaching from the ground. I'm walking in a place where cats are just running past me or crossing the path in front of me or watching me from a distance. It feels like they are everywhere. Big cats, small cats, all busy going about their lives while being very inquisitive as to what I was doing. It was all beautiful. The location, the building, the rooms provided for accommodation, and of course, the cats. I get to the building where the cat gardens are, and I walk up the steps to the first level. Cats dash to and fro. I go inside my room to eat. The cats stop at the door and watch me through the glass. It's a big glass wall, and there's a side door separately on one side. After I eat, I go back outside, and they all scarper. I go to sit on the daybed, and a very small cat jumps up and sits on my knee. Moving slowly, I let them sniff my hand. It's okay. They snuggle down onto my knee and lay back. The sweet little creature starts to purr, and I remember thinking, I think this might be the one. And it was. After a couple of days of this, it followed me everywhere, and it even joined me in my room. It had chosen me. This little beauty was cream and slightly ginger, with bold black markings on her legs and small tabby stripes on her body. I called her Dar. She called me Meow. Most people, when they visit the cat gardens, stay for a few weeks and spend all their time with the cats day after day. Later, people wanted other animals, but for hundreds of years it was pretty much only cats and the occasional dog. A technique was developed that removed the violent aspect of an animal, enabling one person to even have a pet alligator, of all things. But some people wanted us to do the same with the people that lived around us, the ones we call the primitives. But removing violence in their personality, well, that was a line that Uran would not cross. There were always two sides to that debate, and non-interference won out, even after Uran was overthrown. As for me, Dar was in many of my dreams, mostly of just normal life, going to and round and doing my normal thing. It was really happy times.